Alright guys, Liverpool and Chelsea have just played out a 0-0 draw, and here are my thoughts on the game basically. I don't think it was the most dull affair ever. I thought it was an interesting game to watch, even though it's not the result either side would have wanted. I went to the game. It was certainly interesting and definitely had a few talking points to it, definitely. The main one that everyone's talking about after the game is Mikhail Mudryk coming off the bench with half an hour to go and making an impact. He looked really sharp and got on the ball on a few occasions and just showed that he has really quick footwork, and considering he hasn't played a game in 3 months, it was a very good impact he had on the game. And I've seen people saying he ripped Milner to shreds. I disagree with that. I thought Milner actually dealt reasonably well with him for the first 10 minutes. Mudryk was on the pitch before Milner did get subbed off. Just lightning quick. But yeah, Chelsea took the lead early on in the game through a corner, and Liverpool defended it poorly. I think it was in the opening 2 minutes of the game. And yeah, Liverpool just can't defend set pieces to save their lives at the minute. It's really poor, leaving 2 players at the back post. Luckily, an offside and a very tight offside, seeing the replay once it got home, saved Liverpool on this occasion. Otherwise it would have been 1-0 Chelsea, Kai Havertz pitting the ball in the back of the net. And Liverpool didn't respond too badly to this. They created a few chances of their own. Cody Gakpo had the best of the chances in the first half for Liverpool. Chelsea didn't actually create that many chances in the first half. I think that's something they might be a little bit disappointed with, given how shaky Liverpool's defence has been in recent weeks. But yeah, Liverpool definitely had the better of the chances in the first half. And I think one of the big problems for both teams in this game was a failure to get hold of the ball in midfield. Chelsea, they sort of had 4 midfield players. Lewis Hall playing in central position, which I haven't seen before, and I thought he did reasonably well. Jorginho, and then you had Mount and Gallagher playing off Havertz, but occasionally one of them would come deep, and I think that's part of the plan really anyway. And Liverpool went with a midfield 3 of Keita, Bajcetic and Thiago, and Bajcetic and Thiago, they linked up well, I thought. Keita sometimes was a little bit slow to react to things in midfield, and Thiago, I think, just seems almost too relaxed on the ball. There's not enough urgency, I don't see, from him. Whereas Bajcetic, I was impressed with. I don't think it was his best performance in a Liverpool shirt I've seen so far, but I still thought he played quite well in this game. And yeah, it was just so scrappy in midfield was the problem though. Neither team could really get hold of the ball. But I thought both defences did quite well in this game. The first half, yeah, there was just a real lack of chances. Cody Gakpo missed the best chance, just completely leant backwards and failed to connect with it properly at all. And one of the other things I noticed throughout the entire game actually was Salah's lack of involvement. Salah has got a surprising amount of goals this season. I think it's something like 16 or 17, considering it doesn't feel like he's hit anywhere near top form. He seems at the moment just to get man-marked out of games, and I can't remember the last time I've actually seen him have a shot on target. I don't think it's been this year, in all honesty. It's just a world away from what he was a little over 12 months ago, when he was considered one of the best, if not the best, footballer on the planet at one point. So yeah, that's not so good for Liverpool. The other thing, Harvey Elliott playing on the left, something that rarely happens, given how the starting 11 looked on paper before the game. I thought it was going to be Cody Gakpo on the left, Salah down the middle, Elliott on the right. But Klopp decided he wanted Salah and Gakpo in possibly their preferred positions, and Elliott on the left. Elliott played quite well. I thought, especially first half, put in some really good crosses and forward passes. But second half, things started to change a little bit. Chelsea started to get a few more chances. Mudryk, especially when he came on the pitch, made a real difference. I thought Chukwuemeka, when he came on as well, he made a difference. And Alisson wasn't actually called into action though that many times. Is the one thing they will be disappointed with, despite the fact that they did get on the ball more. And in fact, Liverpool were starting to struggle second half, and that was only really changed once Darwin Núñez actually came onto the pitch, because it gave a bit more legs out on the left and started to stretch Chelsea's defence a little bit more and made it more of an open game, having him and Mudryk on the pitch. So it's a bit of a shame really that those two didn't start the game, because I think had they've done, we could have been looking at a maybe not a different result, but a different scoreline possibly anyway. Because I don't think Kepa and Alisson were tested enough in this game. But I thought one player who did play really well for Liverpool was Robertson at left back. I thought he had a brilliant game. He got forward really well, and there was some key moments where he defended. So he was doing, little bits all over the pitch to help out the team. And Chelsea's defence, I thought they were solid as well. Stopped Liverpool from getting any opportunities really. It's a new back three, obviously, with Chalobah, Badiashile and Thiago Silva, and yeah, I thought they all did pretty well. The one thing I don't like in Chelsea's team today is Ziyech at wing back. Is I just don't see it at all. I think Ziyech isn't a player who's suited to playing in a three at the back system. Really, he's just not really a wing back. I didn't think this game was as bad as some games, because this game Chelsea showed a little bit of, I don't know what you'd call it, sort of tactical fluidity or something like that. I'm sure there's some sort of, I don't know, new and up to date name for it, but basically it was a three at the back when defending really, but when attacking, Cucurella definitely didn't go as far forward as Ziyech. Cucurella, his main job was to keep an eye on Salah. And one of the other things I noticed with Salah is when a ball's played to him, he no longer seems to be in a position where he's running past he's inside the fullback when the ball's played. He's always outside, which is a problem when he's trying to get into goal scoring position. So I don't know if it's that he's lost a yard of pace or that he's just not quick enough to react. But something's clearly changed there. I don't know if it's a tactical thing, but it doesn't seem to be working at all. But yeah, anyway, we'll get into player ratings. Start off with Liverpool. Alisson I've given a 6. I don't think either goalkeeper was tested enough really in this game, but both kept clean sheets. So yeah, I think 6 is fair. Milner I've given a 7. I thought he made the right decision to chop down Mudryk when going past him, because he had absolutely no chance of catching him. And I thought for the first 50 minutes before Mudryk came on the pitch, I thought Milner played really well. So yeah, I'm going to give him a 7. Konate and Gomez I've given 6s. Again, not the most convincing performance ever, but they didn't really put a foot wrong, so I don't think I can give them any less than a 6 today. And my man of the match I've given to Andy Robertson. I just thought he was superb defensively and going forwards for Liverpool today. He definitely had the biggest impacts on this game. I think Liverpool would have really struggled without him in this game. And then into midfield, Keita and Thiago I've given 5s for different reasons. Keita I just thought didn't get stuck in enough in the midfield battles and couldn't really get on the ball at all. And Thiago I've given a 5 because I just think he sometimes chose to take the safe option rather than trying to get Liverpool further up the pitch, trying to get them into attacking positions. So I can't really give him more than a 5 really. Bajcetic I've given a 6. I just thought he was solid in the centre of the park. A lot of people questioned the lack of a real midfield anchor, but I don't think that affected Liverpool too much in this game. I thought Bajcetic did a solid job. Salah I've given a 5. Just no involvement really in this game, so I can't give him any more. And Gakpo and Elliott I've given 6s. Gakpo I thought got in some good positions, just his finishing just what wasn't there today, and it hasn't been in the past few games. So that's something he needs to work on definitely. But at least today he showed that he can get in positions where he's going to get chances, because I think he has been a bit quiet in his previous games for Liverpool. And Elliott, I thought first half he probably played one of the crosses of the match, which Thiago Silva, in fairness to him, dealt with brilliantly. But yeah, considering Elliott was played out of position, I thought he did quite well. And then on to Chelsea. Kepa I've given a 6. Again, clean sheet, but not a lot to do. Chalobah I've also given a 6. Part of the good Chelsea defence, but I thought Thiago Silva and Badiashile were both superb. I don't know if this is Badiashile's debut in the Premier League. I can't quite remember if he played last week, but whether it was or not, he still had an amazing game. Kept Salah and Gakpo largely very quiet for most of the game. And Thiago Silva, there were just moments of defensive brilliance scattered throughout the game. So yeah, I think he deserves a 7 as well. Very unlucky not to score in the first 2 minutes when he did hit the post as well. And then the entirety of the Chelsea midfield is in Ziyech, Hall, Jorginho, Cucurella and Gallagher. I've given 6s. Worked hard, but not a lot of success. But yeah, it still all I felt did a job. And even though they didn't create many chances for the forward players, they still did reasonably well. Mount and Havertz, though, up front, I've had to give 5s. Mount, I'll be honest, I'll sum things up for you. Guy behind me, I know a Liverpool fan, so it might be a little bit biased, but genuinely asked, did Mount come on at half time? About 5 minutes into the second half, so that's not great. But he wasn't horrendous, but just didn't, again, like Salah for Liverpool, didn't get involved enough, and you didn't notice him. And Havertz I've given a 5 as well for similar reasons. I think it was a game for Havertz where, had he not had the offside goal in the first half, you'd forgot he was playing as well, to be honest, because after Chelsea did have that goal taken away from them, they didn't actually attack a lot, in all honesty. And then finally, Mudryk, when he came off the bench, I thought he was superb and made a real impact on the game. So I think he definitely deserves a 7 for his performance. Just caused all sorts of problems for Liverpool, and as soon as he came on the pitch, definite difference was made. But yeah, this is a disappointing result in a disappointing season for both teams. I think Liverpool, I don't know how Liverpool get out of this. They seem to be just stuck in a bit of a rut. It's crying out for a new a new midfielder who is just a complete Rolls Royce like Jude Bellingham. And for Chelsea, I just think it's going to need a bit of time, because they're a club who've gone from playing very pragmatic football under a few managers in a row now. You've had Antonio Conte, Maurizio Sarri and Thomas Tuchel. I know it was a little bit different under Frank Lampard, but I think under Lampard, the season where Lampard got a bit of success, got them in the top 4, I think that was a bit different, because they were under that transfer embargo where they had to use a lot more youth players throughout the season. So he still did well that season, but it's a different team completely. So yeah, they've gone to a different playing style now, where you have to switch positions in game under Graham Potter. So I think it's just going to take time for them to adapt to it. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.